Good morning, everyone. I just finished my morning workout and I wanted to address this topic here before the day got past me. My battle buddy sent me this text message, and inside the text message, he said, B, you may want to read this article and listen to the broadcast. So as I read the article, listened to the broadcast, I was really taken aback. I could not believe it. That there's people out here that are just complete vultures and they prey on people at their most vulnerable time. So my battle buddy knows that I stand behind legal and ethical high school recruiters. Well, in this article, this took place in the state of Virginia. And allegedly, this guy befriended this community that loves the sport of football. And so this guy even started coaching at the youth level, and I guess he finally worked his way up to meeting this high school football player that was a senior looking to play football at the collegiate level. So I guess over time, this guy was able to build a relationship with the father of this son, as the article read and as they reported. And at some point in time, I don't know if this happened in one payment or in installments. The article didn't say, but either way, the father was so impressed, and he was really hoping that this guy could put his son in a position to play at the collegiate level through his connections. So the father allegedly paid this guy $20,000 on the promise that he could land a deal between his son and this big name university. And I guess as time went on, the father finally said, you know what, this guy is hustling me, this is a scam. And so he reported it, and I guess through the police officers doing their research, they did make an arrest, and the guy is currently in jail. Let me say this. Parents, I know I am Monday morning quarterbacking here, but if it sounds too good to be true, you need to really look into it. You need to really, if your spidey senses are going off, look into it. Now, I'm so sorry for this father and this son that had to experience that, because kids are so vulnerable. They bust their butts from age of 9 maybe, all the way up to being 17, 18 years old. And then to come and have someone come and rob you of that innocence. You're only going to get a chance to go from high school to college one time. And then to have someone come and rob you of your pureness at that time is just absolutely despicable. Now, this is what I would have done. I'm sorry, before I even give you my take on it. So I reached out to our recruiter, because we still have a great relationship. And I texted her the article. And I said, what would you have done? What would you suggest people do? And she said, Ben, people have to do their research. People have to investigate people. She says, yes, I have a job of connecting kids with the collegiate world. She says, but people have to look at my background, look at my track record. Have I been successful? Have I not been successful? Do I leave anything to question on the table? And so I thought that was a great response. So that's my message to you guys, coming from a high school ethical recruiter. Now, this is what I would have done, because like I said, we've been through that process, my wife and I. If someone would have ever approached us and they would say, hey, Ben, we can get your daughter, in position to go to this school, but it's going to cost, 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand. First, I would say, what the hell are you talking about? Then I would have pressed this person, and I would have pressed them by saying, I tell you what is the return? And they, of course, would have said, what are you talking about, Ben? Then I would have said, if I'm going to pay you, as this article says, let's say $20,000 for my kid to play at this university, how much is my daughter going to make monthly because she's attending this program? And of course, he would have looked at me crazy, not thinking I would have asked him that. Then my next question would have been, when do I get paperwork? And of course, he'd have started stuttering, and he'd have said, "What are you talking about, Ben?" And I'd have said, "If you want me to pay you $20,000, I need something legal that I can take to my attorneys so they can look this paperwork over to make sure you're not hustling me." And then I would have went on to say, "I also want to talk to this person that you know to make sure that this deal is legal and it's ethical." And maybe this dad did that, right? I don't know. I'm just telling you what I would have done. Because 20 G's, 20 G's is a lot of money just for a handshake and not to have nothing on paper. So to all my parents that are out there that are really considering using a high school recruiter, do your homework. Do your best to meet this person in the flesh, if possible. Be able to shake their hands. Ask them hard questions, because you're talking about giving up your hard-earned money. And they still can't guarantee that they're going to land a deal for your kid, right? But if you're going to give your hard-earned money, you want to make sure that it's with a person that you can trust, a person that has a track record of success. Get paperwork. That's what we did. We had paperwork stating this is what this young lady would do for us. This is her services. Get something legal, get that holds them accountable. So that's all I have for you folks. But I'm just really hurt for this father and son that they had to go through this type of ordeal with something in a situation here where it just should have been nothing but great memories. So for all parents out there, beware. Scammers are out there. Don't get caught up, but ask questions and get answers.